Now we will discuss about Doki Doki Dungeon. So unlike Terramaton, Doki Doki is actually not a single boss, but has mobs, so multiple enemies, and they come in two waves. The key thing here is that they will have a damage reduction unless you are able to do some CC or control effects on them. And among those control effects would be freeze, stun, taunt. I think those are the main ones. So it will be important that we have those types of characters for the team. Also, similar to Terramaton, it's also not a good idea to have a prolonged fight because after a certain stage, the mobs can get frenzied and their attack will be increased. So eventually, they will be able to one-shot your characters again. So from my experience on the final beta, the team that I was able to successfully clear the hard one at the very least, would be Tiamat as my damager. I also tried Grimoka as the main damagers. Both of these work, but I needed to use my selector for this one, so I'll see if I can hopefully get one of these not using the selector summon, but that will be my main damager. Lian will not work since she is the red element and is not going to do as much for this for Doki Doki Dungeon. Then I have actually Dorothy as my healer. And then I have Freya. I have Freya. Then Kazuya, Reverie, and then Valerian. So this is one of the teams that I was able to clear the dungeon with. Another one, before that, let's see what we have here. So we have attack up from Freya. So actually Freya's ability combination is quite good. Defense and attack up, some turn meter manipulation, also has some cleanse ability. So she could be a good overall for Doki Doki as well as Terramaton. But yeah, here for this team, I use Slumber as the CC, and Valeria and Dorothy provide some survivability. Take note that the gears I have here are quite not that good and only invested up to level 6, although I think I may only have maybe 5 to 6 pieces leveled, so I kind of needed the survivability. But in the launch, I'm planning to try to reduce or remove healers to try to do more damage so I can clear the dungeon faster. This is one of the teams that I was able to clear the hard mode with at around account level 13. Another one I was able to clear with was Tiamat. Yeah, I chose Tiamat as the selector since that was the most suggested ones when I was looking up for information. And then Lily for the speed tuner. And then I have Dorothy for the healer, and then I had Kraken here. So instead of the Slumber, I have Kraken. So the difference I think would be here. I won't have, if I use Kazuya, I will not have defense down. Although Kazuya does increase some damage because of Slumber. Slumber is increase additional if it's increase additional 25% damage for Slumber, whereas defense is defense down, I believe is 60%. So defense down is 60%. So I guess it's a give or take, it should be similar, but I haven't really tested. But pick your poison, I guess. But the team could be Kraken here for the CC and the def down and some turn nature manipulation. And the last one was also Valerian. Yeah. So I do plan to spend a bit, so I'm quite sure I'll be able to get Valerian. So she does have some heal over time, some shield, random buff, but since it's quite random, it might not be consistent. But this is one of the teams I was able to manage to clear the hard one for Doki Doki. So let's see the overall ability. So I have some heal over time invincibility, some random buffs, hopefully it's an attack plus, shield from Tiamat for survivability, speed nature manipulation from Lily. Here Kraken does defense down. If I use Kazuya, I have the Slumber to increase 25% damage. So we also have Taunt from Tiamat, so that's 2 CCs possible. So, and follow up from Lily. So this worked, but let's see if I can kind of tweak or improve the team. So for one, let's say I get Tiamat, but I think I can also use Rilmoka here. So Rilmoka will do stun, whereas Tiamat can do taunt, so both of them will actually do some CC. So let's try Slumber. Increase instead of a def down. Actually, let's see if we can compare this. So Slumber, freeze, stun, I believe. So looking for SR. So Slumber, okay, we have 2, Valerian or Kazuyo. Let's see, Kazuyo, Terminator down, attack down, so yeah, it helps with survivability. What if I use Valerian instead? Heal over time, random buff. Yeah, I think I could be good with either. Let's put Kazuya, just because she has element advantage against Doki Doki. Not for freeze, it's only Kraken. Stun, who can we do? Hellkid. Is a red element, so not good. Lilith is an SSR, so maybe no. Obo, DOT, buff dispel, possibly, but I don't think he will be a priority. RC77, it reduces debuffs, does attack down, def down, stun. So stun and def down, so both Kraken and RC77 have def down. If I could have both Slumber and a def down, that would increase the damage. But I want to try to get a attack up too, so at least I know my options would be Kazuyo the Reverie, Kraken, or RC77 for my main CC provider. So let's try to get an attack up here this time. Attack up. So Beyonting is red, so not really. Patchy, I believe, is also red. Nothing. Chiaki the Echo, okay. So that's a possibility. Freya, well, if I manage to get her, I'll probably put her here. At the worst case, we have number 41 again for the attack up if we are not able to get any other units for attack up. Tsukiyomi, SSR, so most likely not. Turandot is red, so most likely okay. So we have Yang here. Okay, so we have attack, crit up, buff dispel. So this is looking good. So I have a debuffer and an increase in damage, and a increase in attack and crit. Yeah, that attack and crit combination is good. If he's able to provide a crit up for all the team, then I won't be too reliant on the modules to provide the crit rate stat. For the last one, let's see what we have for now. So we have attack, cooldown reset, crit, some speed, turn meter up is good, attack down, buff dispel. Oh, we have turn meter down again. Oh yeah, from the final beta, I believe Marvel has been quite famous. So let's see what Marvel can do. Okay, Marvel can silence. I'm not sure if it's considered CC. It could be probably. The speed down, rest. Oh, okay. If I am able to get Marvel, I think I will put him here. I'll probably try to run without a healer and hope that Tiamat's shield and HOT will be able to sustain enough for my team to clear the 2 waves of mobs. But I think the good thing here for Marvel is that rest down to allow my team to put the debuffs and CC a lot easier, as well as he slows down the enemy, so I have a better chance to kill them before they can even move. But let's see who else can do a rest down. Oh, it's only Marvel. Okay, so if you really need rest down, you have no choice but Marvel. But how about speed down? If I want to try to outspeed the enemy, so speed down, okay, quite a lot. Let's see. Okay, Ashu is a R unit. Kachi the guard, speed down, def up, immunity. But I'm trying to get more damage or maybe a healing. Okay, Fungus is red, so not a good one. Kazuyo, the other Kazuyo is also red. Kloss is SSR, so most likely I'm not able to get Marvel. Oboro, single target might not be good because we're dealing with mobs. We want to kill the mobs fast. Relmoko would be good, although most likely I would only have one of these. So maybe I will have to choose Relmoko, but then I'll lose the shield. So maybe I'll put a healer instead if I have Relmoko. Rin the Unbowed, only speed. Rosa, another SSR. But yeah, if you also think of this option, if I get Rosa, then I won't be getting Tiamat. She will do some speed manipulation, also crit up. And last one is Viper. Viper is also blue, so he can do this. Yes, silence, attack down, speed down, counter attack, damage taken down, buff, dispel. Yeah, so actually kind of like a flex unit for me here, but I think I'll go with Marvel here, hoping silence is also a CC, but the rest down I think would give me a little bit more assurance or insurance to land my debuffs and CC. So this would be the ideal team, but it could be Tiamat, or I'm looking at Tiamat or Relmoko. If ever I do need some healing, I'll probably swap Marvel for the healer. Maybe it will most likely, well, ideally would be Sanya. Also help with turn meter, but at the worst case, it will be the free Dorothy. If I do have a Dorothy, then I will be okay to go with the Mocha here, I think, or Rosa. Okay, so that would be my options that we consider here. So yeah, this looks to be good. I'll just have to try to make this work come the launch date, but at the very least, I know if nothing changes or the nerfs and buffs will be more or less negligible, then the team that I had made work before on the final beta using Kraken instead of Kazuyo, well, I'll probably try to get Kazuyo instead of Kraken just because she has elemental advantage, so hopefully she can do some additional damage to help kill the mobs faster. But if it doesn't work, or if I don't get her and I get Kraken instead, that would be good. So I'll be actually removing one healer to put in Yang to give me additional attack and crit. If Yang does survive or able to work with the Pteromoton team, then I could use him instead. If not, I think another option here would be Gray, right? Gray can do the crit up, but instead of an attack up, it's a death down. But if this is the case, I would think I want Kazuyo here, so that I have death down here and I have the slumber additional damage from Kazuyo here. Okay, so instead of both of them doing 2 death downs, and I believe they don't overlap, or they don't stack, so it's better to have different damage enhancers on different team members. So if I use Gray, hopefully I have Kazuyo. If not, hopefully I have Yang. So quite a lot of options. I will have to see what the game gives me on the reroll, but for sure I'll be targeting Lily as my first, or if I get Heinrich, I'm also good with that. I'll probably continue to reroll if I get one of them, try to get Heinrich, and try to level both accounts with either Lily or Heinrich, and see if I can ideally get both of them over the day or two, to hopefully get both of them on one account, and that will become my main. Okay, so going here on the my roster tab, and let me try to plug in the units I want to have. So let's see, these are populated with those that we are given free to us. So my first ideal would be Lily. Okay, and then since I plan to spend, although I might not spend immediately until I decide or finalize on the account, I'll have Valerian for the first spend reward. I think I'll try to get Dina if I can get her from the standard banner, then that's good. If not, I'll try to roll on the Freya banner to get her. I would ideally want to get Yang for Doki Doki, and who was that? Turandot, I think. Yeah, for Pteromoton. Yeah. So these are, if I can get one of these, then I have a Dispeller. I'm only concerned with Yang for Terramatan as a Dispeller because he's the weaker unit, but hopefully I can get both, so at least I have the option. If not, I'm good with Gray as a buffer. If I mainly want to crit up here, Gray would do if I'm not able to get Yang. Let's see. Of course, Senya would be the ideal healer if I could get. Then who else could? Kazuyu, I believe. Kazuyu the Reverie, ideally, for Doki Doki, or Kraken. So either one of them would be good. Number 41, we do an attack buff if I don't get anyone with that, or if the combination is not right. Gray would give the crit up or def down for either of those dungeons, so he's good. I just find him squishy, so maybe if I'm stuck with him, I'll try to gear him up or level him up so that he'll be not as squishy. Or maybe I want a Marvel to help speed control, slow down the enemies so that my Gray won't get hit immediately and die. And in place of Lian, I'm thinking to use Victor as the main DPS eventually, after I cleared all rewards related to Lian's development, and then reset her and then reinvest it to other SSRs. So I think that's what I'm targeting for. If I get Freya, that would be also good as an option. It's good at the start, at the very least, to have your expanded roster, but at the very least I know or have an idea of who I could use. I can revisit the shit once I have the actual units and figure out who my best team would be, considering that maybe one of these could fulfill both roles. So for example, I would primarily pick the green colored element instead of the others, because these would work for both Teramaton and Doki Doki, or the light and dark units would work anywhere without the element disadvantage. Yeah, so basically that's what I'm looking at. So that would be the team I'm looking for Doki Doki, and hopefully I'll get these here. But I'll fill this my roster section once the launch. Once I start getting the actual units in the launch, and then I can try to refigure out or adjust my team again based on what I actually get. But at the very least, I know I have options, and I'll know some who I can use. So thank you everyone for watching this video, and the descriptions for the spreadsheet, if you want to have a copy, will be in the description. Thanks.